What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Exos Heroes, let's talk about Fate Core Xiakhan, because this buddy right over here is going to receive his core reverse upgrade, and with that being said, definitely his passive skill and his active skills are going to be improved, but we gotta determine if his upgrades are gonna be quite competitive in the current meta. Alright, let's get this started. So let's start from the very beginning right over here, which says notice core reverse chance increase Blue Dragon's Descent Xiakhan recruit. Yes, his recruitment banner is gonna be valid from after maintenance till October 26th, Monday, 2021, 59 UTC. So I think a total of 1 week right over there, just like the normal summon banners, right? Main hero, guys, you can recruit hero plus Fate Core with higher probability than the premium recruitment. As he is a black Fate Core hero unit, is going to drop at 0.7% chance, and you can pity him after 19 multi summons. Okay, so there we go, guys. Looking into his artwork, he still looks pretty dashing. I mean, like, that's a very heavy artwork right over there, but still no changes out there, guys. He is pretty much as he is. Okay, so let's see. Skill changes. Blue Dragon's protection has been added on the passive skill. So passive skill effect right over here, and it's known as thrust free. Let's see what's gonna happen right over here. Just like Valar and the Barnabas, he's also a defensive unit. So with the thrusty, what's going to happen is that upon taking damage, deals damage 30% to and afflicts stun on the target for 5 turns when the skill hits. That stun can be quite helpful and so many times, guys. Okay, it can be quite helpful in order to control particular units right out there. Definitely, you cannot really control like on which target you can actually apply it on, but well, depending on the circumstances, can be quite helpful out there, guys. It's not really that super duper helpful, but it's pretty helpful enough. Gains mana 1 mana additionally if the target health is at 80% or more. So there we go, guys. And removes 1 mana the target has and gains mana 1 mana to self if the health of the target is at 30% or less. It's pretty much like stealing the mana. Alright, that can be quite helpful as well. Okay, so there we go, guys. But there is a really nasty condition right over here, which I think is not going to be that easy to attain. Okay, so anyways, that's that, guys. Next thing is gonna be the Harbinger of Awakening, just like the Black Fate Core Baraka and Fate Core Lepin, and we have Raquel. He also has this awakening effect right over there, guys. Okay, so afflicts mark of revenge to the enemy that killed an ally. The buff is removed when the target with the mark of revenge is killed and damaged by the Harbinger of Awakening, and activates the awakening effect of all allies with the awakening skill. So there we go, guys. If he managed to awakening his awakening skill, or let's activate his awakening skill, the other units, like let's say like Fate Core Raquel and the Fate Core Baraka, are also going to like trigger their awakening skill as well. Okay, so there we go, guys. And vice versa, if they manage to trigger their awakening skill, it will trigger his awakening skill as well. So awakening right over here, guys, which says Blue Dragon's Descent. So what sort of buffs, or let's say what sort of positive advantage that is going to get after receiving this Blue Dragon's Descent right over here, which says increases own block stat by 360 points. That's a lot right over there, guys. With 360 block stat points, definitely he's going to be able to block a lot of damage right over there, guys. Okay, and well, decreases critical hit by 180 points as well. So with these two things combined, definitely he can be a very solid tank in that duration. All right, special increases attack speed by 25 and grants damage immunity for 4 turns when health is at or below 30%. Okay, so there we go, guys. Definitely there are so many players out there who might have already witnessed like how useful this thing really is. Like 4 turn of like damage immunity, that's superb, and being able to be a little bit faster can be quite helpful as well. Okay, so there we go, guys. And finally, let's talk about the newly added passive skill effect, which says Blue Dragon's Protection. Okay, increases block of all allies by 150% of own block for 1 round. All right, removed when ally is attacked. So it's gonna only stay for like that 1 turn until they the target, or let's say our ally, is attacked by the opponents. But during that first hit, what's gonna happen is that like the block stat is immensely improved. If all the block stats of the Fate Core Xiakhan is gonna be included, like let's say thanks to his armors, right, is going to receive 80 plus 80 plus 80 times 3. That's gonna be 240, right? Yes, 240 block stats, and well, he has his basic block stats of 120 points, and on top of that one, if you manage to give him the blue colored, or let's say the frost guardian stones, then what's gonna happen is that he's gonna get that additional 360 block points, and if you are going to add all of them together, he's going to receive a total of 750 block points. That's a lot, right? And it says right over here 150% of own block. That's going to be a total of 1,125 block points. Wow. 1,125 block points for everyone. That is amazing, guys. Okay. So with this thing being around, he's definitely going to improve the survivability and the durability of the entire team very, very nicely, guys. Especially if he's paired up with Fate Core Tantalo, things can be really, really, really easy. Alright, so that's that, guys. And definitely you would really want to bring those units who has really good synergy effect, right? Like let's say Fate Core Raquel and Fate Core Baraka, or let's say Fate Core Jeon, okay, in the team, so that you can actually improve, utilize his skill to the optimal level. So that's quite good right over there, guys. I mean, like 1,125 block points. That's amazing. And with that thing being said, his main role or his main responsibility is to carry over the entire team to round 2 unscathed. I mean, like with less damage, or like at least to safely get them to round 2. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? So in round 2, what's gonna happen is that like your main attackers or your main damage dealers will have ample time to unleash very heavy damage on the opponents, okay? And that's that, guys, and that's really cool out there. Okay, so that's gonna be his main role, to bring the entire team from round 1 to round 2, so that you can wreak havoc on the opponents in the round 2, okay? Because with that 1,125 block points, man, your whole entire team is actually gonna have that superb survivability, okay? So that's that. Dragon's anger damage and required mana has been increased. Yes, on his first active skill, there is actually some improvements right over there. So after, guys, it's going to require 2 mana instead of just 1 mana. So additional mana requirement, that means definitely it's going to be quite, like helpful with the signature force as well, because like more the mana, more the damage with the signature force. He falls under the signature force of Raquel, okay? So fire element type. Effect, guys, single target deals 375% damage to that one enemy, okay? And decimate guarantees critical hit if the target is disheartened. Yes, disheartened is the synergy effect provided by the Raquel, right? So definitely you would want to use him with Raquel, especially the gold Fate Core Raquel, okay? So there we go, guys. And being able to deal that 375% damage to one enemy, that's really superb as well. You can actually use this skill quite frequently in order to get rid of the units real fast, okay? So that's that, guys. It's pretty decent damage in my opinion, and being guaranteed that critical hit, it actually makes him his skill even better, okay? So there we go, guys. And next thing is gonna be his second active skill, and now it's going to cost 4 mana. It says right over here, required mana for the Deluged Dragon has been changed and skill target changed to all instead of just the back row enemies. Yes, at first he only used to attack those back row enemies at first, but now he's going to deal the damage to every freaking one, okay? So definitely a plus point for the signature force out there, being able to deal some massive damage to the opponents right over there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really awesome, isn't it? Required mana, 4 mana. Effect deals 255% damage to all enemies. That's pretty good right over there, isn't it? And decimate guarantees critical hit if the target is disheartened. Wow, think about it. Being able to guarantee the critical hit and being able to deal that kind of damage, and also being able to synchronize with the signature force real nice is really good, guys. Really, really good. And he has a really good synergy effect with the Raquel as well, which is his general. Right, being able to have really good synergy effect with that character who is also his general is really, really, really good condition. But you might actually be saying that, well, this guy or this dude can be really, really superb with this skill right out there in the PvP connons. Well, the sad news is that he's a frost element, and well, the summer blessing just negates all the damage, including the like that signature force for that one round when the damage is neglected, okay? Because that damage is going to be negated for real, okay, for one time, nullified whatsoever. Because like if your main damage is not gonna be triggered, signature force will not come by. It's like a byproduct, okay? You have to deal some damage first before you can actually deal that signature force damage. And well, the summer blessing is just gonna cancel that one out. And with that thing being said, frost element hero units are still a little bit nerfed at this point, okay? I'm like they're not really that good. So that thing being said, guys, well, even though he seems to have a really wonderful skill right out there, I kind of doubt that you are actually going to be able to utilize this skill at max in the PvP 7 tenure. But in the PvE contest and the story contest, definitely he's going to have really good time in decimating the opponents. That's guaranteed, guys, because with that guaranteed critical hit, oh, man, you can actually look forward for really good damage output on the opponents, okay? And that thing being said, he is a very good unit for the PvE contest. But for the PvP 7 tenure, okay, I mean, like, with the skills, he's not going on around, but with that defensive passive skill additional, he definitely is going to be very, very helpful for the team, guys, okay? So that's one thing that you gotta keep in your mind, alright? So that's that, guys, alright. Blue Dragon's Descent Xiakhan is a black fate core, black rated fate core, and blah blah blah. That's what I already told you guys. 0.7% chance of drop rate, and you can pit him after 19 multi summons. So that's that, guys. Now let's look into his exclusive weapon, okay, right over here. Blue Dragon's Claw, it says. It's like, alright. Okay, attack stats pretty much the same. It's pretty average, guys. Right over there, it's pretty average. I mean, like, if the exclusive weapon could have actually provided some extra skill effect, or let's say some extra really amazing effect, that would have been much better. But I really don't think it's gonna be really that big, okay? It's like, ugh. Okay, so anyways, even for this exclusive fate core, I mean, like, exclusive weapon right over here, it's gonna have 0.7% of chance of drop rate, and you can pity it after 19 multi summons with that same 700 cess investment per 1 multi summons, which is totally trash in my opinion. Really, really trash. Try to save your cess for the hero units, not for the exclusive weapons, alright? That's what I have to say to you every freaking time. Don't waste your cess on the exclusive weapon. That's one thing right over there, guys. Alright, especially if you are free-to-play player. But if you are well, then well, it's really up to you. Really up to you, guys. And if you're asking me, should you be really summoning this unit or not? Yes, that's the main question, right? And I would say, like, not really. Yes, he has some really good effects right over here, but that doesn't mean that like he's going to change the meta or something like that, okay? It's like, okay, if he's around, that's gonna be quite helpful right over there, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And he's just going to provide that protection, not for the entire one round, okay? Just till that time when the ally is hit. When the ally is hit for one time. And that's it, and the effect is gonna be over. Okay, and you can follow up with the other units as well. There are so many other units who have very slow speed, but at the end of the turn they are actually going to deal some heavy damage to entire opponents out there as well. And Fedko Xiakhan, I really don't think he is actually going to be quite able to save the allies from that disaster. Okay, so that thing being considered, guys, well, I would say is not an essential unit. Okay, so it's really up to you. If you already have Fedko Xiakhan, then well, good luck to you guys. I mean, like, it's really good right out there. And if you really want to pull Fedko Xiakhan because of these things right over here, you want to try it out with Fedko Tantalo, Fedko Raquel, Fedko Jion, and Fedko Baraka team, then well, move ahead. Okay, it's really up to you. But if you are really trying to save the cess for the best unit out there, I would say, like, save your cess. Just skip this banner. Alright, one way or the another, one day or someday, you're definitely gonna get him through by the RNG God lock or something like that, okay? So wait for that time. Alright, that's what I have to say to you guys. Well, I would say it's not an essential unit. It's not something that you would definitely want to go and dig into it and spend all your saved cess into that particular hero unit. Okay, so that's that, guys. Anyways, I would really love to know your views and opinions regarding this hero unit right over here. Is it really that amazing? Maybe I might be wrong. Okay, there might be some miscalculations on my part. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I would really love to hear it out. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the content of my channel. See you guys in the next video.